Hey everybody, I'm Romi Hill, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about my special skein knit along. So the other day I had my kickoff Zoom, and it was fantastic to see you all, to see your different special skeins and your projects that you're going to do. But I know not all of you were there to see it, so I just want to go over some of my one skein shawls that you might want to choose if you don't already have a project. So I'm going to show you those. And then remember, I'm also going to be knitting along with you. So this is my special skein here. And I'm going to be designing a one skein shawl and knitting along during the knit along. So before I show you all these pictures, this is Brandywine on this side, and on this side is Terpsichore Street. And I will be talking a little bit about those, and I'm really excited to see what you all knit. Alcyone is a shallow triangle worked from one corner to the other, increasing out to the center and decreasing back to the other end. The subtle patterning makes it perfect for gently variegated, tonal, or solid yarns. Amy is a long and shallow crescent, cast on across the top edge and with the top crescent shaped with short rows. The lace edging is knitted onto the garter stitch body at a 90-degree angle, perfect for a solid with some drape. Artesian is an asymmetrical triangle using short rows to create wedges. Written for several skein sizes, the sample shown takes only 385 yards. The simple lines make any yarn shine, including variegated. Astera comes in two sizes, and the smaller is shown here. Knit in a light fingering weight yarn. A yarn with some drape is your best bet. Semicircular in shape, the lace will look amazing in a solid color. Blackjack is a semicircle based on pie shawl shaping. The increases are worked into the diamond patterning, and the edge is beaded. Beautiful in its simplicity, it would look incredible in a gradient, solid, or tonal yarn. Brandywine is a triangle worked from the bottom point to the top edge. It's very versatile and can be made larger or smaller with little problem. For the lace to pop, I recommend a tonal or solid yarn. Cully's is a shallow semicircle shaped a bit like a Pac-Man and built to curve around your shoulders. The edging is pulled into points when blocked, and it looks great in any yarn, from variegated to solid. Celino is a shallow triangle with a garter stitch top and plenty of beads randomly placed to resemble the night sky. The stockinette lace edging has charted bead placement. Looks fantastic in a dark and moody tonal. Chevrillon is an asymmetrical triangle starting at the right point and binding off along the left side. You can make it beaded or plain, and the wave stitch pattern beautifully accentuates color changes in yarn. Cottage shawl is a crescent shape, starting from a small garter tab and increasing outwards. The edging looks impressive, but it's incredibly simple, a soothing knit fit for any special skein. Crystal Bay Shawl is a crescent in several sizes from my book, New Lace Knitting. The plain garter stitch top is finished off with a gorgeous edging knitted on at a 90-degree angle to the body, perfect for solid or tonal. Darkest Before Dawn is a semicircle made from a slightly larger size skein. I love it in this gradient. It's got a simple top and a wavy stitch pattern that increases in size as it moves towards the edge. Darkwing is a shallow crescent with a cast on across the top and short row shaping in the upper garter stitch section. The lace is a medium difficulty, and I think this one really shines in a solid color. Desert Peach is worked from the top in a lighter fingering weight. A triangle, this shawl echoes a Faroese shape with a wide panel down the middle of the back. The lace in this shawl looks incredible in a solid or tonal yarn. Diane is a very shallow crescent shape, using short rows to build wedges. The feather and fan pattern looks incredible in a mini skein set or variegated special skein, where the color changes ripple and flow. Erigal is a triangle cast on across the top edge and shaped with short rows. Stitches for the flowing leafy motif are picked up and worked down to the edge. This one shines in a solid color. Electra is worked from a short cast-on in light fingering weight and is a U shape with 3 beaded spines. The spines all split apart and reveal diamond lace patterning. I love this one in a tonal or lightly variegated yarn. Ellipses is a shallow triangle perfect for beginners or for anyone who wants a quick and relaxing knit. It's asymmetrical, starting at the right tip, and very versatile for any type or size of skein, even super variegated. Errato is a modified triangle with 3 spines, which give it extra fabric to wrap around the shoulders. I love the cable down the back leading into the bottom edging, as well as the edging detail along the sides. It looks best in a tonal or solid. Fuchsia Nouveau Petite is a half circle with all increases built into the patterning. The top lace is more on the challenging side than most of the small shawls shown. This one needs a solid with some drape to really shine. Knit Witch is a triangle beginning at the bottom tip and worked to the top bind-off edge. There are 2 versions, with the second having solid fabric between the leaf motifs along with beads. Perfect for a tonal. Lattice work is an asymmetrical triangle with an open lace pattern and edging on the long side worked concurrently with the shawl body. The edging then turns the corner and is knitted at 90 degrees to the body stitches to bind off. Lincoln is a simple triangle started using a garter tab. The size is very customizable and it looks incredible in a gradient or tonal. This is a great beginning lace pattern and includes beads as well. Lyrica Euterpe is a triangle with a top portion shaped as a half circle, so there's no spine. The lace is a beautiful smart stitch that includes beads along the bind-off edge, especially nice in a drapey tonal or solid. Maya Shoulderette has texture interspersed with leafy spines. It's shallow, but the 3 spines give it enough fabric to wrap around the shoulders perfectly. And there are beads. Great in variegated, tonal, or solid. Melpomene uses short rows and tiny cables to create rich textures. It's a shallow, gently increased and curved rectangle with a scalloped bottom. I love it in a yarn with good stitch definition. Merapi is a triangular shawl worked from the bottom point up to the top, with the side edging worked concurrently with the body of the shawl. Knit in a light fingering weight, it shines in a solid or tonal. Miss Adler's shawl is a shallow crescent, cast on at the base of the neck and increased out to the edge. The sample shown is 2 half skeins, so it's technically a 1 skein shawl. Perfect for solids or tonals. Misselthwaite is a triangle featuring a textured top shaped with short rows. Like Aragal, the edge is worked out after picking up stitches from the inner triangle, perfect for speckles and variegation. Purless is an asymmetrical triangle with 0 purling, not even in the open work areas. It's a great relaxing knit written for several different weights of yarn. This design works for variegated, tonal, and solid yarns. Sakaki is a modified crescent shape, worked side to side. One version is shown and the second included version has no tree. The ruffle is created with short rows. It's perfect for variegated or any other type of skein. Shard is specifically for variegated space-dyed yarn with a consistent color repeat. It's an asymmetrical triangle with short row wedges. One color is chosen and a short row motif worked whenever that color appears in the yarn. Something Autumnal is a shallow triangle in 2 sizes. It's got a plain garter top with a pretty leafy edging. This one looks particularly gorgeous in a gradient or a tonal. Tanis is a wide triangle starting at the top with a small cast on. A zigzagging beaded lace spine detail moves seamlessly into the beaded edge. It's best in a solid with some drape to it. And last is Terpsichore Street, a crescent shawl cast on along the top edge and shaped up top with short rows. There are 3 versions included in the pattern, this being the simplest. I love it in a pretty solid with drape. I hope this has helped you all choose if you haven't already. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's projects. Happy knitting!